California isn't just the place where electric cars became popular. It's the place where the entire EV revolution truly began. But why? Why did this one state move faster than the rest of the country, and even the world, in embracing electric vehicles? Today, we're uncovering the hidden forces: geography, culture, lifestyle, policy, income, and industry that explain why California became the perfect environment for EV dominance. From mild coastal weather that supports battery health to a culture fueled by innovation and environmental values, California has created the ideal conditions for electric vehicles to thrive. Add in strong state mandates, tech-driven economies, and one of the nation's largest charging networks, and the result is clear. California didn't just adopt EVs, it engineered the movement. It's Welcome to Car Map, where we explain how geography and culture shape the cars people drive. California's geography and climate create one of the most naturally supportive environments for electric vehicles anywhere in the United States. Unlike states with harsh winters, frequent snowstorms, or long periods of freezing temperatures, most of California experiences a mild coastal climate throughout the year. Temperatures typically stay within an ideal range for lithium-ion batteries, preventing the dramatic efficiency losses that EV owners in colder regions often face. The lack of extreme heat, except in limited inland areas, also helps reduce battery stress and long-term degradation, meaning EVs maintain their range and performance more consistently. Another key factor is population distribution. Roughly 75% of Californians live within 50 miles of the coast. These coastal megaregions, Los Angeles, the Bay Area, San Diego, are connected by long linear highway systems that make planning charging corridors extremely practical. Routes like the I-5, the 101, and the 405 carry millions of daily commuters along predictable paths, making California one of the easiest states for companies to deploy EV charging infrastructure efficiently. Urban density in these regions also means that daily travel distances fit well within typical EV ranges. California's terrain further contributes to EV adoption. Mountain regions, desert corridors, and coastline highways provide a diverse set of real-world driving conditions. Automakers use these areas to test EV performance, region braking, and long-distance highway efficiency. This mix of favorable weather, dense population belts, and predictable transportation corridors makes California one of the most geographically EV-friendly places in the world, long before policies or incentives even come into play. California's culture has always been defined by innovation, environmental values, and early adoption of new technology. This mindset plays a major role in the state's enthusiasm for electric vehicles. Silicon Valley is not only the birthplace of modern computing, it's also where electric mobility took shape. Engineers, designers, and tech workers embraced EVs early because they represented progress: quieter, cleaner, smarter, and aligned with the future they were helping build. In cities like San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Diego, and San Jose, EV ownership quickly became a lifestyle identity. Californians tend to value modern design, sustainability, and cutting-edge features. Driving an EV communicates environmental awareness and forward-thinking attitudes. The social influence of celebrities, tech leaders, and online personalities amplified adoption even more. When people with large audiences shifted to EVs, the trend accelerated across younger professionals and families seeking modern transportation solutions. California's entertainment industry also played a role. Electric cars appeared in movies, commercials, influencer content, and tech showcases, normalizing the idea that EVs were not only acceptable, but desirable. Combined with strong cycling, hiking, and outdoor lifestyles, the appeal of clean, quiet transportation resonated deeply. This cultural momentum created an ecosystem where EV adoption wasn't just an economic or environmental choice, it was a reflection of identity. California didn't simply accept EVs, it made them aspirational. California's government has shaped the EV landscape more than any other state in the country. Starting in the 1990s, California implemented strict air quality rules and zero-emission vehicle mandates aimed at reducing smog and pollution in major metro areas. These laws required automakers to sell a certain number of EVs, or low-emission vehicles, if they wanted access to the state's massive car market. As a result, California became a testing ground where companies were forced to experiment, innovate, and improve electric technology far earlier than they would have otherwise. State-level incentives further accelerated adoption. Electric vehicles received access to carpool lanes, reducing commute times along congested routes like the 405, 580, and 101. Rebates, tax credits, and utility incentives lowered purchase costs, making EVs more competitive with gas cars. California also invested heavily in emissions testing and regulatory pressure, increasing the attractiveness of clean energy alternatives. These programs helped build the first wave of EV adoption long before the rest of the country showed interest. The state's long-term commitment is even more significant. California announced that by 2035, all new passenger cars sold must be zero emission. This decision sent a clear signal to automakers and infrastructure companies. The future of transportation in California will be electric. That certainty encouraged billions of dollars of investment in charging networks, renewable energy projects, and EV manufacturing. Laws didn't just support the EV revolution, they created it. California's economic landscape plays a major role in EV adoption. The state has one of the highest median incomes in the nation, boosted by high-paying sectors such as technology, entertainment, biotech, and engineering. Early EVs were expensive, but for many Californians, the cost was feasible, especially among tech workers earning competitive salaries in Silicon Valley, Orange County, and Los Angeles. Higher income levels allowed early adopters to embrace EVs as premium, future-oriented technology. Fuel prices further push consumers toward EVs. California consistently has some of the highest gasoline prices in the United States, driven by environmental regulations, distribution costs, and taxes. As a result, the financial gap between fueling a gas vehicle and charging an EV widens significantly. For commuters traveling long distances each week, switching to electric saved hundreds or even thousands of dollars annually. Another advantage is housing. A large portion of California's population lives in single-family homes or townhouses with access to driveways or garages, ideal for overnight charging. This convenience eliminates the need for constant public charging and lowers long-term operating costs. Add the reduced maintenance needs of electric powertrains, and EV ownership becomes an economically smart, long-term investment. In California's high-income, high-cost environment, EVs simply make financial sense for a large percentage of residents. California hosts the largest and most advanced EV charging network in the United States. The state features thousands of public Level 2 chargers, extensive DC fast charging stations, and the nation's most complete Tesla supercharger system. Many workplaces, especially in tech hubs like San Francisco and Mountain View, offer employee charging, making EV ownership seamless for daily commuters. California's infrastructure isn't random. It was strategically planned along major population corridors. Charging stations line shopping centers, parking garages, office districts, and interstate highways. This reduces range anxiety and ensures that EV drivers can travel confidently across the state from the Bay Area to Los Angeles or San Diego with predictable charging stops. Other states simply cannot match the density and consistency of California's network. Industry presence amplifies this advantage. Tesla's early manufacturing was rooted in California, influencing the location of its initial charging systems. Many EV startups, Rivian, Lucid, Fisker, operate research facilities or corporate offices in the state. Universities and national laboratories contribute to battery innovation, grid grid modernization, and clean energy research. With both high consumer demand and a thriving tech ecosystem, California became the center of the American EV industry. Infrastructure didn't follow EV adoption, it led it. California's rise as the EV capital wasn't luck. It was the result of ideal climate, tech-driven culture, ambitious policies, strong incomes, and unmatched infrastructure. These forces combined to create the perfect environment for electric mobility. As other states and countries push toward the same future, California remains the blueprint for how EV revolutions begin. If you enjoyed this episode of Car Map, subscribe to explore how geography shapes the cars people drive around the world.